Greetings, future travelers. It's Mr. Rose here. I've been asked by several students to explain how I go about packing and preparing for a trip. So, with the help of my kitty cat, who doesn't like when I travel, I am going to show you what I pack and how I pack. It's a very important skill that hopefully you can learn while we travel and have fun. Before I get into the packing though, I'm going to explain every little piece that you see in front of you. This might take a little while, so enjoy. The first thing that I'd like to share is my bag itself. Here's my luggage right here. This is a 22-inch carry-on. It rolls, which is nice. And the big reason that I like this kind of a carry-on is because of the fact that it is soft on the sides. What that means is that I can compact it as much as I need to. So when I go to the carry-on, it can, in the overhead bin, I can squeeze it into places if there's a problem. This is an old backpack that actually Mrs. Rose has donated to me from her college days. Still a good backpack, and this actually is going to stay empty. And the reason this will stay empty is so that on the return, if I buy a whole bunch of junk, I have a bag to put all of it in, which comes in really handy on the return trip. Next up is my folder here, courtesy of Explorica for my trip tomorrow. The reason why I bring a folder, of course, is any necessary documents that I have, like my travel plans, my itineraries. When we travel, I'm going to be, with the help of students, preparing a travel document, a packet with helpful information, stuff like the hotel, maps of the cities that we're going to, addresses, important phone numbers, that sort of thing. Excuse me, so I want to make sure that everybody has that access. Now let's talk about clothing. I'm sure that's something that you're freaking out about already when you're thinking about what we're going to do and where we're going to go. I have a very simple rule for clothing. Everything that I bring with me can be used more than once, and it can be mixed and matched. That's a really important skill. Think about that as you pack. You want to make sure that every item that you bring can be paired up with something else, that it works with something else. So you'll see here, my trip is going to be an 8-day tour. I'll be traveling to Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. Now I've checked the weather. Right now highs are in the 50s, lows are in the upper 30s, and there's a possibility of rain. So I am planning accordingly. For Japan this summer, you're going to want to be bringing much warmer clothing, so more shorts and t-shirts, so it makes it easier to pack. For Italy next year, probably very similar. And Italy's probably in the 70s, might be a little wet, but otherwise it shouldn't be too bad. So when I have my days, what I like to do is factor in the number of days I'm traveling. I said that's 8. Now, everybody always forgets that you're going to be wearing clothes on the plane. Shocker, I know, right? And those clothes can be worn again later on. So you're more than welcome to do that. As you can see, my lovely assistant here is checking out what I'm packing. Hi. So what I always do, socks, I bring as many pairs of socks as the number of days that I'm going to be gone. So I'll be gone for 8 total days. That's 8 pairs of socks. You can never run out of socks, right? Yeah. So you can never run out of socks. Always bring a good pair of socks, a good bunch of socks with you. Socks don't take up a ton of space, so if you've got extra at the end, throw some extra. I have a pair of jeans as well. Jeans are nice for us Americans because they fit just about anything, and they're nice and thick, so in colder climates they're very helpful. For Japan, I'll probably be bringing khakis and maybe some jean shorts. For Italy, definitely a nicer pair of khakis for visiting the Vatican. Okay, now onto my shirts. You'll notice that my shirts, I have 1, 2, 3 sweatshirts, and then I've got 3 t-shirts that can go underneath. And almost all of them work well with each other. It's really important, like I said earlier. Remember I said we were going to be wearing some clothes on the plane? So guess what? That means we really only have 6 days to plan for, not a full 8. What I like to do is divide that number by 2, and boom, we have 3. That's why I've got 3 outer shirts And then I've got these 3 kind of t-shirts that I'll wear for sleeping, lounging, and underneath my nicer clothes. That helps to keep it from smelling bad and that sort of thing, so that you don't have to worry too much about dirty clothes and stuff. Moving right along, if my assistant will let me. He really doesn't like when I travel. Underneath my assistant's tail, we have my netbook. Ta-da! I prefer taking a netbook around with me as a way to browse the internet and that sort of thing, as I am working with my Wi-Fi that I can access and that sort of thing. Netbook is really helpful. I also like a netbook because it's got a network jack here, and I always bring a network cable with me, which I just realized I needed to get one, so I'm going to make a mental note to go get one after this talk. So, netbook is very useful. Here's my charger for my netbook. This is an inflatable neck pillow. Now, inflatable is the name of the game, because inflatable means that it's very compact and I can blow it up. Now, the nice thing about this neck pillow, and I think I have it on my Amazon wish list, is that it opens very easily. And you can blow it up very quickly too. One breath, 2 breaths, and it's full. Nice thing about it too is that you can adjust it as needed. So if it feels too firm, you can blow some air out. If it feels too light, you can put more air in. And when you're done, that's it. You can then scrunch it down, put it back into the pocket, and you're on your way. Very, very, very handy for travel. Just outside the frame, I should probably point out, here are the clothes that I'm going to be wearing for the plane tomorrow. Socks, jeans, shirt, boom, done. Just to prove that I have that set aside. Next up, travel umbrella. This was a last-minute addition. The first time I left the country, my wife and I said, hey, let's just throw some umbrellas in. It turned out to be the most important piece of equipment that we brought with us. It rained a lot when we were traveling. Speaking of rain, this is a nice little braided rubber cord. And the reason I like this is because you can hang this up in your hotel room, then you can open up the braids, and you can stick a pair of socks, whatever, through the braid, and hang it up to dry. So it's really nice when you're going to wet climates, wet areas, to help clean up and dry up your stuff. Travel Kleenex, because I like to sneeze. Toiletry bag, and let's talk toiletries while we're looking. Now, I know a lot of you are probably worried because you have so much stuff that you use. Oh my God, what am I going to do with it all? Well, remember, with travel, with carry-on, you have a rule called 311. 311 stands for 3-ounce bottles, 1 quart bag, 1 bag per person. That's 311. You'll see in here, I have 3-ounce bottles of everything that I need that's important. Let me unpack and I'll show you just how much stuff you can fit in here. Here's my shampoo, 3-ounce bottle. Oh, no, I'm sorry, this is my face wash here. This is my shampoo. See, it says SS for Steve Shampoo. Very, very high tech there. 3-ounce bottle there. Here's a 3-ounce bottle of body wash. Here's my toothpaste. Despite what my wife thinks, this is all the toothpaste I'm going to need for 1 week. There's my toothpaste. Here's my hand sanitizer. Here's my contact lens solution. And here we go. Here's my deodorant. So that all works together. Nice and easy. Very, very easy when you pack to overpack and think, oh my God, what's gonna happen if I run out of this? Well, remember where you're going, guys. You're going to a developed part of the world where lots of other people live there too. And you can always, shocker, buy something that you forget or something that you need. So I always like to pack for essentials, and if I forget something or need more of something, I'll buy it there. By the way, I would like to take this moment to publicly thank my wife for helping me get everything all set up for this photo shoot. Very handy. as I'm sure students, you will find your parents are very helpful when it comes to packing and putting things together, right? Okay, this is my electric razor case. You'll note it's empty right now. I'm currently charging my razor so that I have that good to go. Let's see. This is my Android phone. Now, this is an old phone of mine. I'm not bringing my current phone. I don't like bringing my good quality phone that's like several $100s in value, as I'm sure you guys know that. I prefer instead to use Wi-Fi for internet, for phone calling and stuff like that. And so this is a Samsung Galaxy S3. It's an older phone that I'll bring with me. And the reason why I bring this with me is that it's got a GPS built into it. It's really handy for when I'm moving around. There's a lot of apps that I have installed. Any TripAdvisor apps are really, really useful. TripAdvisor apps are nice because you can download maps offline. You can access them offline, so you can like look up hotels, restaurants, attractions, that sort of thing, reviews from people on those. And it's got that map and it has the GPS, so it actually tells you where you are in this city, like the locals have. So it's really, really helpful. So a travel phone is definitely something to bring with if you've got something that's that old and sitting around. You might as well. Like I said, I don't like bringing my real phone. I don't want to take a chance that I lose it. Here's my charger cable for my phone. This is my adapter. In Europe, we've got our 2 circular prongs and then our regular plug-in, and that's it. So we're good for that. Camera bag. Camera itself is currently filming this, but you get the idea. Here's my camera bag. Airborne for immune system. I take this when I'm on the plane. These I take while I'm on tour. These I like to take when I'm on the plane. These are the tablets that you put into water while on the plane. Drink it down, and you do one like every 4 hours or something. It boosts your immune system. It's really helpful. Make sure you don't get sick while you're on tour. That's what you really don't want. This is a broken piece of pencil and a bunch of duct tape that's wrapped around it. So that should there be a hole in my bag or something I need to repair, pull it out, boom, done. But I don't need the whole roll. Earplugs. Those of you guys who have traveled before probably know that you get a lot of people that like to wah on the plane or cough on the plane. And it's really nice having these handy. So, earplugs are good. Matter of fact, I'm going to probably get some more. Band-Aids for those oopsie accidents that we all have. USB flash drive. You never know when you'll need something like this, and these things are dirt cheap these days, so why not bring one anyway? My glasses case. Now, my glasses I'm going to wear on the plane. The reason I do that is because I don't like wearing contacts in pressurized cabins. You dry out your eyes real bad. Plus, I don't like sleeping with my contacts in. So, inside of here, I have my contact case. Very important. Also, you'll notice how I threw something. Matter of fact, while I'm at it, let's throw this in here, get that out of the way. And while I'm at it, here, I don't need that either. Might as well consolidate stuff. It's less things I have to worry about packing, less things moving around. Here is my Rick Steves autographed money belt. The money belt goes underneath your pants like this. Okay? You don't wear it out like this, but it goes underneath your pants. The nice thing about this is that people don't know where your stuff is. Okay? They can't go in your pockets, they can't go whatever. Inside of my money belt, I've got my passport, I've got some cash, which is really nice to have, local currency, and I'm going to bring some US currency as well. I have a credit card as well as 2 ATMs. You want to go with at least 2 different forms of ways of obtaining currency when you travel. I like to have a Visa and I like to have a MasterCard. So one of my debit cards is a Visa and the other one is a MasterCard. I've got a lot of change in here. Again, this is local currency. So there you go. On the back side of it, I have my name as well as my address and my country. So in case this ever gets lost, it can be hopefully sent to me by some really nice good Samaritan. Toothbrush, nice to have. Alarm clock. Now, I have an alarm clock app on my phone, but just in case that breaks, I like to have a double set. Last thing I want to do is sleep in and make people late for travel, someplace that we're going. And then finally, here we go, we have my travel day pack. Okay, this came with my backpack, or my bag. See, it goes like that, zips on, and you can bring it that way, or this actually has a little latch on the back there that can go over the piece the handle that sticks out. So it's really nice. And this I take with me when I go on days, on trips and stuff like that. You guys will have an EF backpack that you'll take with you as we go around. It's roughly the same size, so it's not that big of a deal. And that's it. That's everything I'm planning on taking to Europe for over a week. Doesn't seem like much, but it's plenty. It's more than I need. And now I'm going to start packing this and putting it away. And I'll show you guys how I go about doing that. By the way, there's one item that I did not include, and that item is my underwear. Sorry. But I will take care of that. I'll put it in the bag first, then I'll cover it up with my backpack, and away we go with packing the rest of the stuff. So, while I do that, I'm going to actually pause the recording for right now. Assuming I can figure that out.